Let's dive into 20 interesting facts about Blur.
Number 1, this story actually kicks off with Bizarre Creations. If you were a racing fan back in the day, you absolutely knew this studio. Their legendary history with the Project Gotham Racing series meant that when they announced a brand new game, the hype was just unreal. They had such an incredible pedigree in the racing genre, which made this whole project super exciting right out of the gate.
Number 2, riding high on that pedigree, Blur dropped all the way back in 2010. It hit right in the sweet spot of that amazing gaming era, launching simultaneously on all the major hardware platforms of the time. So whether you were rocking a console or a PC, pretty much everyone had a chance to jump right into the driver's seat. Number 3, when players finally got their hands on it, they were met with this brilliant creative decision. The creators basically looked at standard, serious racing simulators, then looked at chaotic arcade games, and just decided to smash them together. Combining beautiful, realistic environments with absolute arcade mayhem was a stroke of genius that gave the game a wildly unique identity. Number 4, what really made this arcade mayhem stand out was the car roster. Usually in combat racers with crazy weapons, you're driving some goofy, fictional little cart. But here, you were taking actual, real-world cars that you'd see parked down your street and firing neon energy blasts out of them. It was such a surreal, awesome thing to experience. Number 5, can you believe we're already a quarter of the way through? Anyway, you weren't just driving these real cars through made-up fantasy lands either. The team went totally out of their way to build these gorgeous environmental designs based on familiar, real places. Tearing through the streets of London or drifting through the Los Angeles River canals while literally dodging explosions just added this incredible layer of immersion. Number 6. Of course, mashing all these realistic elements together created a massive hurdle behind the scenes for the dev team. Think about it. Realistic physics usually mean your car spins totally out of control if you get tapped. But if you're getting slammed by giant blasts of energy, the game still needs to feel fun and playable, right? Balancing that authentic handling with crazy arcade-style explosions took some serious development magic. Number 7. Because they nailed that balance so perfectly, the community quickly gave the game the ultimate nickname. They called it Mario Kart for Adults. And what's really interesting about this is how completely accurate it actually is. It's honestly the perfect summary of the core gameplay loop. You get the gorgeous graphics and sleek, high-end rides, but you're still totally ruining friendships with cheap weapon shots right at the finish line. Number 8, living up to that adult moniker meant featuring an incredibly stacked roster. We're talking more than 50 licensed vehicles here. Just imagine the absolute nightmare of corporate meetings they had to sit through to convince major brands like Ford, BMW, and Dodge to let players blast their expensive, prestigious cars to pieces. That is a massive achievement. Number 9, while they did manage to get those licenses, not every ambitious idea made the final cut. There's this super fascinating piece of cut content regarding the power-ups. The devs originally wanted to let you stack and mix your items to create even stronger, more devastating weapons. It ultimately got scrapped before launch, but man, just imagine how delightfully chaotic the gameplay would have been if power-up mixing had stayed in. Number 10. We are officially halfway there. Even without combining those power-ups, the chaos was completely off the charts, especially when you took it online. Multiplayer was a massive focus for the development team. So instead of the usual 8 or 12 players, you had lobbies with up to 20 players going at it all at once. The sheer scale of 20 cars firing weapons in a massive pack was just glorious. Number 11. But they didn't just care about online lobbies. As a huge fan, I have so much appreciation that they kept 4-player split screen alive. During an era where most creators were completely killing off couch co-op to force people into online play, Blur gave us the exact opposite. Having your buddies on the same couch, screaming at the TV together, was absolute peak gaming. Number 12. With all these incredible features, it really should have been a smash hit. But timing is everything, right? And 2010 was a ridiculously crowded year for racing titles. It was honestly a brutal landscape to try and launch a brand new game in, especially when you're going head-to-head with heavy hitters like Mod Nation Racers, Gran Turismo, and Need for Speed, all dropping around the exact same time. Number 13. Because of that brutal competition, the launch results were genuinely shocking. Despite having fantastic gameplay and getting really strong reviews from the people who actually played it, the sales were historically low. I mean, only pushing about 31,000 copies in its first 5 days in the US, that was a massive, massive surprise to everyone involved. Number 14. So what actually went wrong besides the stiff competition?
Looking back, a lot of people behind the scenes, and the fans too, point the finger straight at the marketing. The messaging was just really confusing. It honestly didn't do a great job of explaining that totally unique mashup of real-world cars and arcade combat to the general public. Number 15. Just 5 facts left, guys. That confusing marketing turned out to be a fatal error. And what makes those low sales even more painful is that the publisher Activision had massive franchise-level expectations for this one. They didn't just want a cool one-off game. They fully intended for Blur to become a giant, ongoing series. Number 16. In fact, they were so confident in this potential franchise that a sequel was already deep in development. The team was cooking up a highly ambitious follow-up with brand new engine technology, dynamic weather effects, and even crazier, much more intense track designs. It sounded incredible.
Number 17. Sadly, that awesome-sounding sequel never saw the light of day. When the original game didn't hit those massive sales targets, the publisher made the tough call to shut down the studio in 2011. And just like that, it instantly pulled the plug on the franchise's entire future.
Number 18. It's really bittersweet when you think about the history here. This incredible studio spent over 2 decades innovating and pushing the entire racing genre forward. And Blur ended up being one of their very final creations before closing their doors forever. A true end of an era.
Number 19. But even though the studio closed, the gaming community absolutely refused to let Blur be forgotten. As the years went on, more and more people discovered it, giving the game a massive cult following. Today, fans constantly hype it up, finally giving it the incredible respect and cult classic status it totally deserves. Number 20. Ultimately, Blur's core design philosophy proved that realistic racing and wild arcade-style fun don't have to be opposites. They can blend perfectly to create something completely unique and unforgettable. It's a game that dared to be different. If you had a blast learning about this hidden gem today, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, share this video with your gaming squad, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome facts. Catch you in the next one.